Parker Schnabel just uncovered what may be the biggest hidden jackpot in Alaskan history. An $84 million gold cache buried beneath a collapsed mine, sealed for decades. But what they found down there wasn't just gold. Like and subscribe now, because this is the discovery they never wanted you to see. The message came through an unlisted satellite phone. No return number, just a grainy audio file of an old man's voice. Black Echo Ridge is real. You want gold? It's still there? But don't follow the shaft. Follow the tremor. Most would call it a prank, but Parker had heard whispers about that place before. A collapsed drift mine, hidden deep in Alaska's northern range. Officially sealed since 1954 after a supposed methane explosion killed 9 men. Unofficially? Locals say the crew found something they were never meant to, and someone made sure it stayed buried. Satellite imaging showed nothing, until Parker ordered thermal overlays and LiDAR scans. That's when the data lit up. Deep underground, strange anomalies. Dense formations locked beneath layers of permafrost. Too symmetrical to be natural. Even stranger? After requesting mining records from Juneau, half the archives for that region vanished from the system overnight. Parker didn't hesitate. He mobilized his Yukon crew, loading high-altitude choppers with seismic gear, excavation rigs, and deep-core drills. They flew out at dawn, landing on a fractured wind-torn plateau where the mine once stood. Snow blasted sideways. Visibility near zero. The ground beneath their boots didn't feel stable. The original shaft was gone, buried under 6 feet of glacier runoff and landslide rubble. It took 2 days of delicate excavation just to reach a recognizable access point. But what they unearthed during the dig wasn't just rock. Frozen into the ice were rusted tools, a cracked helmet, and bones, human, curled beside an old gas lantern still clutched in frost-bitten fingers. Whoever died here didn't die instantly. As they breached the entry slope, Parker had the team map the underground. What appeared was far more than a drift mine. It was a collapsed honeycomb of false walls, sealed tunnels, and ghost chambers untouched for over 70 years. Most of it unregistered. No maps, no schematics, just raw danger. Thermal imaging lit up irregular heat signatures buried behind the rubble. Microdrones revealed glimpses of caverns where no light had entered since Eisenhower was in office. One chamber showed signs of mineral fusion, molten material cooled mid-collapse. Parker stared at the readings. There's something down there, and it's not just ore. They drilled for 14 hours. Just past midnight, a tremor hit. Subtle at first, but it cracked open a vertical shaft leading deeper underground. The air was thick, musty, and carried the unmistakable scent of mercury and age. The chamber it opened into was like a time capsule. Rail carts frozen mid-track, mercury-stained pans, timber shelves warped from decades of compression. And at the far wall, partially buried under frost and dust, was a metal chest, fused to the rock by time and ice. No one touched it. Not yet. But the real shock came behind the chamber wall. A collapsed section showed signs of reinforcement. Rebar, concrete, blast shielding. Someone had tried to hide what was behind it. Parker ordered the rubble cleared by hand. What emerged was beyond belief. An unnatural wall of gold. Not nuggets, not dust. Bars, dozens of them, half-melted, fused directly into the cavern's stone, as if something molten had once flooded through and flash-cooled mid-collapse. They weren't looking at a gold vein. They were staring at a sealed deposit, like someone tried to entomb it forever. Then came the pressure warning. One of the gauges spiked. The walls groaned. Readings from seismic monitors lit up in red. Something down there was shifting, and it hadn't moved in decades. Before anyone could act, Parker stepped back from the chaos and opened the weathered satchel they'd recovered near the vault's edge. Inside, wrapped in oilcloth, was a journal, its spine cracked, its pages charred at the edges. Parker flipped through the brittle pages, each one crumbling slightly at the corners, blackened by time and humidity. The handwriting, frantic and jagged, belonged to a foreman named Curtis Hale, dated July 1953, barely a year before the collapse that sealed this mine forever. The entry